right, Elizabeth is on. Welcome, welcome, Liz. All right, I am for those of you who just came on, one of my former Reiki students who was a huge participant in Rays of Healing, which is what I do every Monday night as a public service to, as a service to spirit, basically, as a service to God. Every Monday night we have a different speaker, and that too is free to everybody. It's by donation only, and that's only if you choose to donate. But she used to come every single Monday until she moved to South Carolina, and she had one of her guides come in, or a collective, I'm not sure which, and give her a kind of a revision of my prayer of connection. So I loved this, and I thought I would read it to you as the opening for the for the meditation today. So it starts with, "Dear Father God and Mother Goddess, I ask to be connected to you and to the Divine Mother and to the ladies of the rays, to Lady Faith of the first ray, to Lady Constance of the second ray, to Lady Charity of the third ray, to Lady Hope of the fourth ray, to the Blessed Mother of the fifth ray, to Lady Grace of the sixth ray, to Lady Amethyst of the seventh ray. I call upon beloved Master Kuan Yin, Goddess of Liberty, and the loving Goddess of the Davic and Elemental Kingdoms. I ask to be connected to the Akashic Record Keepers and to the Ascended Masters, the Reiki Masters. We ask to be cleared, centered, grounded, and that whatever comes in for us to be clear. We ask for the healing energies of Metatron and his healing angels to assist us, to eliminate any fears, any doubt, anything that holds us back. I hereby do my shiny cloths, spiritual armor, and accept the gifts and responsibility of an ascending master of co-creation. I dedicate my life and my all to the glory of our Father God and Mother Goddess, to all that is, and to the manifestation of heaven on earth. I thank Archangel Michael for help with this prayer. So, in the name of I Am, so be it, so it is. It is done. Amen. So, I just
very nice.
Love that. And I'm just so happy that she sent that to me. And in fact, I think I'm going to try to incorporate parts of it into my prayer of connection myself. So today, what I have been told to do for the meditation for the chakras, for the Reiki meditation, is to work with the energy of joy and to bring joy into all your chakras. Because I had a number of things that kept running through and nothing felt right. And all I kept thinking of is, I know my guides well enough to know that they're going to make it really clear to me eventually, because usually it could be like an hour or two before I'm supposed to present anything, and that they'll make it clear to me as to what it is that I'm supposed to do. So this is what came in, and I ask that you very gently close your eyes and make sure that you're in a very comfortable position. And we're going to start with our centering, getting centered, getting ourselves out of our monkey mind. And so we will take, what I'm going to ask that you do is put your hands in a prayer position. Take your fingertips, your pointing straight up. Your thumbs, press them against your breastbone. And take a deep breath in. And exhale. And another one. And exhale. And focus your attention on the tip of your third finger, the tall man. Another deep breath in. And exhale. And one last one. And exhale. And now we focus on the light of grace. And we are going to visit, and everybody will need to be muted. Okay. And everybody will focus on the light of grace that comes in through your crown chakra and see it as this beautiful bridge of light that flows in from God in all its sparkly pearl essence. And see the light of grace forming and coming down. And we're going to start with the root. And it comes in and swirls around your root chakra. And what it's bringing with you, for you, as a gift to you today is the energy of joy. It is joy that is your birthright. And see the dancing lights combine with the brilliant red of the root. And see every single thing that you have done in the past that has brought joy to your physical body. Maybe it was just running on the beach with your bare feet, leaving a trail. in the sand. Maybe it was looking up at the moon or the sun, bringing the sun's rays to your face, or clouds, or the stars, looking up at a cloudless sky. Maybe you even caught pieces of the Milky Way. Or could you have possibly just run on the earth in your bare feet and accepted the earth's energy flowing up through your feet into your body, bringing in earth and having it revitalize you? That is called earthing. And now we take that sacred band of sparkling light and we move that golden twinkling light of joy into our sacral, into our second chakra. And there we expand into the orange light of the sacral. And we bring our joy into the sacral chakra. This is where our goals live. This is where our great ideas live. And lest you forget what it is that you wish to accomplish before your time on the planet is up, write down your goals and break them into manageable pieces. Go from a 20-year goal to a 10-year goal to a 5-year goal to a 1-year goal to a 1-month goal to a 1-week goal to a goal for today. And when you write it down, you will have the clarity that you need in order to complete the goals. And now we move our golden light, our twinkling light of the grace of joy into our solar plexus and into our beautiful ball of yellow light. And just know that you were born in a state of perfection. You are perfect, exactly the way you are. And just know that every time you experience something that brings you pain, or that makes you sorrowful, or that hurts you, that you cannot control what other people think, say, or do. But you can control your own attitude. And your attitude is completely within your realm. within your jurisdiction, within your ability to stay in alignment and balance and harmony and grace. And now we move into the fourth chakra, the heart. And we bring the twinkling light of grace and the joyous light of grace into our heart. And we see the exquisite light of pink, the light of compassion, the light of tenderness, the light of mercy. And we combine it with the light of grace and the joy of grace. And we see the twinkling light of grace that is imbued with joy as it radiates into our green light of a heart that is healing, because we know that a heavy heart cannot be joyful. A burdened heart cannot be joyful. A hardened heart cannot be joyful. And we bring this healing light of the green of the heart chakra and blend it with the joyous light of grace to sparkle and energize it. And now we move into our throat chakra, where we bring the light of grace with its joy into our throat, which governs our ears, our nose, and our throat. So here we learn to hear the voice of our spirit mind. We learn to distinguish it from our ego mind. We learn to pay attention to our spirit mind. And we recognize that we can speak our truth, the truth of who we really are. and we recognize that God's will is our will, and our will is God's will. For God and I are the same. We are a little piece of God experiencing humanity, experiencing a 3D relationship to the divine. And now we move the light of grace with its twinkling, iridescent bits of joy interlaced with it into our third eye. This is our intuitive self. This is where we have the ability to connect with other pieces of ourself. This is where we connect with all the clairs, the clairsentience, the clairvoyance, the clairaudience, the clairgustance. We ask that the light of joy permeate our third eye so that our feeling of connecting with the divine does not feel strange to us, that it just feels like an everyday normal event. And we also recognize that the crystals that we surround our life with will help us open our third eye, will help us connect to a higher aspect of ourselves. And as Reiki 3 students, we received a bag of chakra stones. We utilize them regularly to help us expand into the best, highest, most prolific version of ourselves effortlessly. That is key. And now we move the light of grace with its twinkling stars of joy, and we move it into our crown chakra. And we know that we and the divine are one, and we accept the light of grace as our birthright, just as we accept joy as our birthright. Right. And because we work in a state of love, everything that happens that comes from love is a state of grace and a state of miracles. So we, as loving, kind, generous, compassionate, giving beings, know that we spread God's grace wherever we go, to whomever we have any contact with. And we continue to spread the light of miracles, because everything that comes from love is a miracle, according to A Course in Miracles. And now we bless the divine light of grace, the divine light of joy that has accompanied this healing meditation. We bless our chakras and we seal ourselves and anyone else that we had intended for this healing, and all the people on the screen and all those who were not able to be here today. We ask for the sign of the infinity to seal you 3 times so that you maintain this state of grace as you go through your day, your week, your month. Namaste. Okay. All right. And I'll start. Melvin, I'll come to you second. I'll go to Liz first. We do feedback, and just, anything you would like to share from the experience. We have about 15 minutes for that.
Thank you, Alice. That was wonderful. I really had a little bit of trouble for a while getting rid of the monkey mind, but then when I did, I just felt this pulsing energy. And particularly when we got to the end of the crown, I really felt like that crystalline light just came right through. It was almost like a crown of light. So it felt really wonderful. Thank you.
And it's good that you stuck with it, because it's when you give up that it's like, oh, I can't handle this. I can't handle this. But sticking with it is great. So thank you, Liz. Andrea.
Yes, thank you for that, Alice. I also had a little trouble focusing my monkey mind, but when it came to the heart chakra, I felt drawn to one of the students that I work with, and who is in desperate need of healing. And I just sort of have had an image. I felt drawn to this student and did some healing with the student, and I could really visualize the green and the pink. The colors were very, very vibrant, and that stood out the most for me. The rest of it was very calming as always, and I always feel very centered. But that for me was had the most impact. So
Super.
thank you, thank you
Thank
for
you.
that.
Thank you. And Melvin, anything you'd like to share? Unmute yourself.
That would always be nice, right? I've enjoyed myself, and I felt the energy from the beginning, flowing in my crown chakra. And I had no expectations. I just went to free flow. And the moment when you were on the beach, I went back to the time when I was actually running on Oceanside Beach with two other Marine colleagues, and it was a happy time. And as we moved on up through the other chakras, I just accept your words and went with the flow and trusted that the force of what the thing that is has the intelligence to do and cover what is needed.
Good. Thank you. That's wonderful. All right, Ashley, I think you're in the background.
Yeah, I am. I don't feel like coming on camera just because my hair isn't done, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, no, no problem.
But yeah, thank you so much, Alice. It's people are talking about the monkey mind. The monkey actually joined in the meditation at one point. Like I saw a monkey.
Wow.
I think that was just,
That's joyful.
yeah, just signal, I don't know, like focus or something, I don't know. But no, I really appreciated the going back to things that actually brought joy to my physical body. That really made an impression, because immediately it was like, I used to do a lot more dance fitness, like especially like belly dance and stuff, and I really enjoy dancing, and also hiking, a pandemic pastime, and other things. I really enjoyed re-experiencing like these things that brought me joy and why, etc. And yeah, I just felt very joyful and peaceful throughout. So thank you.
Good. Yeah, because I think the emphasis today was on bringing the natural. And interestingly enough, there was an article in the Washington Post today as to how the pandemic has changed people. And almost everybody has said, I'm going to spend more time outside, you know, outdoors. And so that's a huge shift, which I thought was great.
For sure. Yeah.
Thank you. And Christine?
With a C or a K?
With a, well, it's since you're on, go ahead.
Okay. So for me, it was beautiful. Thank you, Alice. I started in the root chakra. That had an impact for me, similar to Ashley and others that they were saying. For me, it was like almost like a movie reel, and it started from even as soon as like yesterday, and just kind of went backwards of like happy moments and stuff, and then it just came up as like flashes of pictures of like different times, and it just went all the way back to like childhood and everything else, and then it just like zipped through faster and just was showing me flashes of happy memories of like physical things that I did, even like trips and, you know, my travel trips and stuff, to just spending time with family, to, you know, all of that stuff. And it was just really great to revisit some of those things that I've forgotten about even when I was younger. And then as we went through the chakras, another one that was stood out for me was the third eye chakra, because at one point it was like my third eye just kind of had like a beam of light coming out from it, like a golden light. And then all of a sudden it was like light code was floating into my third eye, which was really cool because it was still happening even as we went up to the crown chakra. And then of course seeing just like the purple behind my eyes and stuff during that chakra. And then when we moved up to the crown, that again was a cool experience, just because I saw the opalescence energy go out into like the to all of my subtle bodies and everything else, and just totally surround me, and was sparkly and stuff. And I thought that was really cool. And then they showed me my etheric fabric and lines being like straightened, and like the etheric fabric just kind of almost like if someone was shaking out a sheet, kind of like that, and just had the rippling like it was shaking things out and stuff. So I thought that was also really cool. So thank you so much, Alice.
Lovely, lovely experience. Thank you. And Christine with a C.
Yes. Hi, good morning.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
this is great as always. I think joy is a fabulous topic for this week because it's starting to see more Delta headlines, and that's kind of crushing joy.
Yeah.
So really appreciate the joy aspect. Same as a lot of other people, issues with the monkey mind. Actually pictured monkeys leaping out of my brain, which seemed to help a little bit. And the flashes of joy, that was nice. Similarly, I remembered trips, and my cat that passed away, although I have a second one, used to like play hide and seek. So I had snippets of that memory.
Oh, lovely. Did he pass away recently?
A couple of years ago.
Okay, recent enough.
Yeah.
So it's where it still is painful, because I know my corgis passed away 2.5 and 3.5 years ago, and it still hurts.
Yes. Agreed.
Their memory still hurts. So anyway, but thank you, Christine. Thank you. And Julie. Oh, maybe she's not on anymore. And Paula.
I'm here. Good morning. I'm kind of lurking behind the hidden camera.
Okay.
Thanks for leading, Alice. I always love your choices and topics that you pick for these. And I know you get them from divine sources, your guides, and I just always find them to be relevant to me. And joy is something that I need to incorporate more into my life. And just this week, I was reading a book on astrology, learning a little bit more about that. And they were talking about how your 12 houses, the opposite house is always like the polarity. And so I'm heavy in the 11th house. I think I have like 4 planets in my birth chart in that one house. And the opposite house of it is the 5th. And the 5th is the house of joy and childlike energy and creativity. So I think I need more of that to balance this over focus on the 11th house for me.
Yeah.
So it's something I've been thinking about this week. So it was very timely to me that you picked that topic. And I'll just say for me, the best experience I had was in the heart chakra. And immediately I started getting this sense of like a very joyous gospel choir singing. And the song I heard was, This Little Light of Mine. And there was really just like the joy of like singing and clapping and moving and that whole just beauty that gospel choirs can bring. And then, I just had this sense of, that's the sort of perfect example of kind of the ancient wisdom of using joy to overcome deep sorrow.
Correct.
And that's the counterbalance to the pain and the sorrow, is trying to, be in that joyous moment. And so it just was very moving to me. I thought it was very beautiful.
Yeah, for sure, Paula. That's great. And Julie, she's on.
Hi. Sorry. I just hit the wrong button. I have too many crystals in my hands. So
Okay.
sorry. I
Thank
just
you.
loved it, Alice. And it's so amazing to me because I just woke up at 9, but I heard 3 times this morning the need for joy on 3
wow.
separate sources. And the interesting thing, as Paul and everyone's been saying, the pandemic has, I don't know where the joy went. And the interesting thing is, people actually sometimes call me Joy because I'm usually joyous. And I didn't realize until the 3 times I heard it in this meditation, how much I miss being that person that's happy and joyous. There's been so much going on. So I'm very grateful to you. I thank you. It was interesting. I don't know who said it, but like at the root chakra, I'm usually very active. I was a dancer, a hiker, a biker, and I've missed when you said that, I realized how much I missed yoga and all the activities that brought me joy at the root chakra. And it was interesting because every chakra had a different need for joy, like the goals that I've been putting aside because of so many things. I heard forgiveness in the heart. It was interesting that every place had this every chakra had sparkling energy, which I could feel things clearing and bringing an opposite light. So it was really amazing. And in my third eye, I saw like a purple light coming down and just washing over me. I think Christine said crystalline joy, and also like crystalline energy, and then gold at the crown. So boy, did I need this. And I thank you, because I'm going to look to that
Good.
as a way of
Super.
healing.
It kind of, I think to me, it set the tone for the week, that let's kind of focus on this instead of the burden, instead of the pain, instead of everything else that's being thrown at us right now. And I'm going to stop the recording because we are technically finished, but I do